Well, here we go again. Last week, kind of on a whim, I touched on the idea of doing a weekly vlog again, and I put that video out. Pretty selfish video. Basically, I did that to put some accountability on myself on some of my ham radio goals for 2024. Some are fun and easy and don't need anything more than that, but one in particular, learning CW, has been a goal of mine for a few years, and I've been struggling at it. And I thought maybe if I threw something out, I'd hold myself a little more accountable and maybe get some support from the friends I've made here on the amateur radio internet universe, YouTube, Discord, Twitter, all of that. And I have to really say thanks a lot to a lot of you. Tons of support. I was pretty impressed, not just comments on a YouTube video, but and the other avenues that I talked to a lot of you folks, email, Discord, text, all that stuff. I truly, truly appreciate it. And it's humbling too to see that I'm inspiring some of my friends to learn CW or some other improvements in amateur radio, especially. There's people who want to go for extra and all that. So let's keep supporting each other. That's very cool stuff. First, the easy one. One of my goals is to head down to Huntsville, Alabama for the Huntsville Ham Fest weekend and camp out at the state park there, the Monsantos State Park. I've wanted to go there before and things never worked out, and seeing YouTube videos and pictures of a lot of my friends I've made, both YouTube personalities and those around us in Discord and in the comments and stuff, is like, man, that's too much fun. So last week I have reserved my campsites at Huntsville, so I'm looking forward to that. About a month and a half before that ham fest, I should have my teardrop camping trailer that I have on order, so that's set to do in delivery in late June. So that's going to be like the first big road trip with that, so that's going to be fun. I'm really looking forward to it. Made some travel arrangements already. Got the sinking savings fund for it, so funds are going to be covered without problem. It's going to be a great time. Looking forward to seeing you all there. And then back to CW, the main thing in which this vlog will mostly be about going forward. I'm making some ground. I really am. I've struggled in the past. I think a lot of people have had the same struggle, where CW is something that you gotta take serious to learn. I don't think anyone will argue with me that. It's not like reading a novel where I can sit on the couch and read a chapter or two on a Saturday, put the book on the coffee table, don't touch it for 2 weeks, pick it up, and I'll be able to pick up right where I left off. That's kind of the approach I took with CW before. I'd sit down and start doing the self-study things. I really like that Learn CW Online website. And I'll hammer away at it for 2 or 3 days in a row, and I'll make some gains. I'll start to build confidence. And then one day I'm too busy. Then the next day I skip it too. And then next thing you know, it's been a week since I've touched it. I go back, and if I'm not starting completely over, I'm getting pretty close to it. And that's frustrating, right? You got to relearn what you don't retain, because it's really hard to retain that kind of stuff at first. The last few weeks I've been doing much, much better. I've been working on making that part of my morning routine. I'm like a lot of people who are in self-improvement. I got a morning routine where I try to, do some exercise, some stretching, some reading, some studies, some meditations, that kind of stuff. And I've started working in doing that, Learn CW Online, at least 10 minutes worth of sessions of setting aside the time. Now, I don't have it a habit yet where I do it without thinking every morning. I do miss a morning here and there, but I don't miss 2 in a row. That's kind of my set point right now. And I've done that with other goals and things where, missing a day is fine, but don't miss two in a row. And I'm getting better and better. And I've made some progress. I think before, the farthest I've gotten was like lesson 5 of the 40. And now I'm on lesson 12. So I'm 25% of the way through learning the characters, just using that. On top of that, I've also downloaded some of the podcasts from the Morse Code Ninja. I've downloaded the single word podcasts, one in the 15 word per minute speed and one in 25 word per minute speed. And to mention on that Learn CW Online, the practice sessions I'm at there is 20 words per minute. So I purposely made a point to try to learn to copy using multiple speeds at the same time. I think it's a good way for me to just submerge and get used to different speeds, because obviously you're not going to be hearing the same speed in the real world. So that's where I'm at now. The podcasts, I listen to them on my way home from work for at least half the drive home. And to put that in perspective, I have an hour and 10-minute drive home. So I'm listening to that podcast at least a half hour when I commute. So, and I commute 3 or 4 days of the week. So, and then I listen to it here or there at home too while I'm running around. And that's starting to catch on. While I've only been practicing hard on copy with the website on some of the characters I haven't got to yet, the characters I haven't gotten to yet using the Koch method, I'm starting to pick them up as well too. And it's kind of fun where, I'm not dead focused on that podcast the whole drive. Obviously, I'm paying attention to driving, but it's in the background. I pay attention here and there. And there's been times where I'm coming up to an intersection and I'm looking both ways and I make my turn, and all of a sudden I just go, V, that was a V, and I was right. So it's starting to sink in. So I'm really excited about that. So next step will be start attending the Long Island CW Club Zoom calls. Everybody raves about those, so I got to get on that. So that'll be the next step. It may be a little while, but I got other things to do to get straightened out. Not just on ham radio fun stuff, but other personal items that I got to get straightened out here in the next couple months for some other reasons. What else was I going to say? Oh, yeah. Also on CW, I'm going to, the online stuff is great where, you get to pick it up at 15 words per minute, 25 words per minute, whatever setting you want. But in reality, it's going to be kind of random, right? If I turn on one of the radios right now, even as an operator, you're not a computer, right? So as somebody who's proficient with CW, their speed's going to vary a little bit here and there. So I'm not getting a real world feel by doing these online courses, which are great, and I'm going to continue to do them. To end the rambling here, I'm going to start, when I start doing the Parks on the Air activations and soda activations, and even listening at home, I got to set aside some time to go and find some of the activations in Poda and Soda and just listen in on them and try to copy the conversation and stuff. And once I get to the point where I can follow the exchange and everything, I'm gonna start throwing my call out there, even though I don't know the whole all the characters down by heart. I know my call sign, and I can follow the exchange. And when I hear my call sign being thrown back at me, I'll know the exchange. I just have to say you are 599 Wisconsin. I don't have to rate you. I don't have to tell them my name or what I have for antenna or what I had for lunch. The exchanges are so quick. That's going to be a good way for me to get going. So I got a feeling long before I start calling CQ and CW on a Parks on the Air or some on the Air activation, I'm going to start doing a little hunting and chasing. So yeah, again, let's wrap this up. I don't want this to be pretty short. Thanks again for all your support, folks. I sincerely appreciate it. And for my friends who've reached out to me and said they're doing this stuff too, you got my support. Got a little reverb there. You got my support. Good Lord. See how I throw myself off so often? To my friends who reached out to me and said that I'm inspiring them, you got my support too. There, we do it that way. Thanks, folks. Catch you later.